One of my favorite things is taking Max for a walk. He's not a very good walker. In fact, he's quite a terrible walker, to be honest with you. It's more of a sniff and a pee and a sniff and a pee and a sniff and then eventually a poop. And I used to take I had a shepherd mix, Sammy. He was born in 05. And I think we had him about, how many years did we have him? Oh God, I'd have to do the math. 13, 15 years. And him and I would take epic walks. I mean, we would walk for miles and miles and miles, but Max is not that kind of a walker. As you can see, we just started our walk and we've already stopped because he's sniffing. But we do enjoy our morning walks. It's good for him. It's good for me. It's not a lot of exercise, but it's better than nothing. We got a little bit of a late start today. It's 79 degrees already. 10:58. Wow, it's almost 11. Yeah, I was tired today. I was really tired. I don't know why I was so tired, but I was. So I slept till 8:30. Well, a little after 8. It was 8:30 by the time I got up. But usually I'm up 6:30, 7:30. So I was tired and lazy, but I did want to get a couple things done. So I got both the bathrooms cleaned really good. Lon's been home the last couple days with a cold. It's not COVID, but he just had a little bit of a head cold. And so I wanted to just get the bathrooms cleaned really good. I stripped the bed because I slept on the couch the last couple nights when he felt the worst, just to kind of, protect myself a little bit too, and also not bother him. So I stripped the sheets. I've got those washing. I usually do those on Sunday, but we're getting a bonus midweek sheet wash this week, which I told my husband if I was rich, I'd have somebody change my sheets every single day. But for me to do it every day, not so much. So I got the bathrooms cleaned, sheets are stripped in the washer. I'll hang them on my clothesline, so that's extra sanitation there, just the sunshine. And then I'll just wash our little throw blankets and probably dust, because I like to go through. And I went through and I've been wiping everything down all week with my Lysol wipes. I wipe the doorknobs to the bathrooms, the sink fixtures. A lot of times, not every single day, but at least every couple days, I do the Fly Lady swish and swipe method in my bathroom, which is where he's taking care of business right now. Where you go through just with any kind of rag. I just use the Lysol disinfectant wipe the counters, the faucets, the doors, the toilet, clean out the toilet bowl. So it's not a full-on bathroom clean, but it keeps it clean so that in between, like my weekly big cleaning. Here comes a car. They're probably going to think I'm talking to myself, but that's okay. They're going to have to get used to me vlogging because I'm really enjoying this. But anyway, so I got that done. So I'm going to dust and go around and just hit a few more surfaces with some Lysol wipes. Just the other bathroom, I forgot to do that. Those doors with the Lysol wipes. And come on, bud. Come on. Oh, you're ready to cross? All right, he's ready to cross. See, it's not a big walk. That's why even if I'm pressed for time, I don't mind doing this. I think I want to turn the camera around and show you guys. Oh, you know what I was hoping to do? Maybe I can do it up here. There's been the prettiest little yellow butterflies, or purple butterflies. So I wanted to show you that. So I'm going to turn the camera around. But yeah, what I was going to tell you was I'm going to go back home and get my dusting done. I got to pay some bills, hopefully. If not, I'll do those tomorrow. And then tomorrow will be my clean my floor days. So I will do more vlogging throughout the day today. I'm going to make a stuffed zucchini. And I'm not sure what else, but yeah, we'll end up in the kitchen for sure. Maybe I'll do some filming when I do my cleaning and just fast forward it. But for right now, I'm going to get this camera turned around so I can show you how beautiful it is today here in the Eastern Sierras. It's still smoky, but it's still beautiful. Okay. All right, see, so I used to do Instagram lives on my walks, and I had a lot of my Instagram friends really enjoy those. So maybe I'll start kind of alternating and doing a couple of days a week. I'll vlog when we're walking. Hoping this weekend to get some awesome footage up in the mountains for you guys. I think my husband will feel back to normal by then. And we'll get the Tacoma out and we'll do some backcountry. We already talked about, I'm gonna pack a lunch, some snacks, some waters, some Gatorades, probably some beers, and we'll just take off into the mountains and yeah, show you some of that beautiful scenery since we're not camping that much right now. So, oh, I wanted to show you guys. See this, see that shed right there? This is I'm gonna say a second home. I don't know if the owners passed away and this is the children. I really don't know the circumstance on it. They don't really, I don't, at least with me, I've never had them like strike up a conversation. But they bring this huge bird that, and he is big. He's like the size of an eagle. He's huge. And so he'll be in his cage and I'll stop and I'll say, hi, pretty bird, hi, pretty bird. And then he flies to the other side. And then he comes back and he looks at you. And then you go, hi, pretty bird, hi, pretty bird. And then he looks at you again. It's so funny, but he's not here right now. They only come up every now and then on the weekends. But I was getting to this little yellow bush over here and I was hoping, I saw some purple butterflies on it earlier. And we didn't make it far enough on our walk to where I could have showed you where they're at in the field. But yeah, it was really pretty. So my neighbor, Miss Chancey, is taken off on an adventure. Maybe she's going to work, I'm not sure. But anyway, a little bit of the neighborhood here. We have some new neighbors on the corner. They have a brand new baby girl. She will be, oh, she's a week old today. She's so tiny. But yeah, so we're getting back to my house now. Oh, my yard is a wreck, you guys. I wanted this year to be such an epic, pretty yard, and I feel like it's the worst yard I've ever done. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. I just didn't feel that great. But I do have some pretty, what are these guys called? Chemo brain's kicking in today. Anyway, they're pretty, aren't they? So yeah, I've got those, and then I have these barrels that I've pulled the wildflowers out of, but more wildflowers are starting to grow there. Still got some wildflowers in my walkway that are pretty, but yeah, it's not my best year ever. Mr. Japanese maple is still looking good. I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna head out into the garden and see if I can find a tomato. So I have some pumpkins here, some basil that I put in a little mason jar that I painted. And this is my front porch where I hang out a lot and I sit and I do my editing or I watch YouTube videos. It's just nice and cool, comfortable. Oh, I've got a pillow on the ground over there. Nothing fancy. That little step over there we're gonna cover in Trex, but we just haven't done that yet, so it's still really ugly carpet. But yeah, usually I have a lot more flowers on my front porch than I do right now, but it just didn't happen this year, guys. So, okay, I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna head out to my garden because I'm starving, see what I can find there. So I just picked this tomato. I'm gonna go make myself a tomato sandwich. These ones have been cracking, but they're the bigger of the slicers that I've told you about. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at these gorgeous cherry tomatoes. I just went out and picked them in my garden to add to our recipe today. We're making stuffed zucchini. We're gonna stuff this guy together, and we're gonna do, it's sort of a Mexican flavored theme. Sorry about the crazy hair today. I just scrunched it. Didn't blow dry it, didn't do anything like that. So anyway, I'm gonna rinse these real quick and just set them aside to dry. And there were so many more so many more ripe ones. So I'm gonna have to go back out tomorrow morning and really take my time and pick through there. And what I need is my granddaughter, because she gets behind my plants where I can't reach. I'm trying to move things over here. I'm going to be doing my overhead shot in a little bit, but right now all I'm doing is I'm gonna throw in my ground beef. I have a pound of ground beef from the butcher, and to that I'm gonna brown that a little bit, and then I'm gonna add in some chopped up onions. So while I'm talking to you guys, I will be chopping my onions and walking you through the process. It shouldn't be a very long video. Just trying to do a little vlogging every day. You can hear my sink water running. As I told you yesterday, I always, isn't this knife cool? Look at that, it goes right in this. My husband brought these home for me. I think he won them, and they're really sharp, so be careful, don't cut yourself. Don't try this at home. So yeah, I'm running my sink of hot water. I'm just gonna take probably just a medium-sized yellow onion. I'm gonna cut just one end off like this, and then cut it in half like so. This is how I dice my onions, leaving the little root there intact. And I'm just gonna chop this up, dice it up. I mean, not chop it, but dice it. So I'm trying not to get off of camera here. I'm really excited for my, I will be in and out of the shot a little bit as I throw things over here. I am excited to get my new tripod. So that should be nice, because that's going to have a stand on it. Now it's not going to be a high stand like this one. This is my really my overhead filming stand, but let's just get that in the pan. Throw this away, wash my hands. But yeah, so I might be able to let me wash my hands real quick. Yeah, so my stand will be nice. I'll be able to play around with different filming options. But what I was saying earlier was I really need Harper here, because she gets, if you've watched any of my other videos that I show my garden, she gets in behind my tomato. Most of my tomato plants are over 6 feet tall, and so she gets in behind them for me, and she can pick tomatoes that I can't get to. So there's still a lot on the vines that I need to probably first thing tomorrow. I don't think I'll do it today, but I can go out first thing in the morning. And I do need to, as I said yesterday, I really need to assess what is going well in the garden, what isn't. I know it's not time to pull my tomatoes out yet. They're still fine. I know some people are pulling them out, but I still have a lot of green ones. Not as much on the bigger tomatoes, but my cherry tomatoes still have a lot of green on them. So I'm just gonna keep those. I'll just use this wooden spatula. I warmed up some of the leftover meatloaf from yesterday for lunch. I just sliced it and kind of reheated it in this pan. So I figured, why not just use this pan to do the ground beef? Makes sense to me. So yeah, since I saw you last, what did I do? My mother-in-law called. She's spending some time up in Carson. She's been up there with my brother-in-law and his wife, and visiting their family for, oh gosh, a while now. I don't know, maybe a month or so. And so we chatted for a while, and then I told you this morning, I got my bathrooms cleaned, the bed strip. Maxi's after a cat that was in the backyard. So I got those, are still hanging on the line. And then I did my dusting. I got all that done. And so tomorrow all I have to do is sweep, vacuum, and mop all my floors. So that'll be tomorrow morning's. Oh, and I need to take my chicken out. Oops. Let's do this chicken. Yeah, I like to take my chicken out. This is just a package of some thigh and leg combination that I got a big package and I split it in half and we cooked the first half and I froze this. But I like to take it out the day ahead, like the day before. And what I'll do is I'll just set it on a plate and I'll probably let it sit out the rest of today. And then later on, I'll stick it in the outside fridge. But the reason that I do that is I like to get it thawing out because I want to marinate it. Ideally, if I would have thought about it ahead of time, like I often do, because I have it listed as tomorrow's dinner, but I just didn't get it taken out. I'll even thaw it out sometimes and, you know, marinate it. God, I do have some funky hair, guys. I'm so sorry. But I don't even mind marinating it like 24 hours. So I'm just going to set that over here at the peninsula. And we almost always do a really simple marinade. I either use the Bernstein, is it Bernstein's? Yeah, Bernstein's cheese and garlic dressing, or I use, I'll show you. I have one open in the fridge. No, okay, I don't. So I usually will use either one of these. This is just the restaurant recipe Italian, the Bernsteins, or I use Gerard's Italian. Those are our go-tos for marinating our chicken. And I'll even marinate, I'll marinate pork chops in there. I'll marinate salmon, fish, any kind of fish in there. And we try to buy those at Walmart as opposed to here because they're so much cheaper. And so when I go out of town and I'm at a Walmart, I'll usually get 2 or 3 of each because they're practically half the price that we pay here. Being that we're in a tourist destination, our Vons is, I think, literally the highest Vons in the country. So yeah, it's high here. So anything that I can get at a better price, I try to. I'm gonna go bump my swamp cooler back. I got cold, so I bumped it off, and now I'm gonna go bump it back on because I'm up and moving and cooking. Now I'm getting hot. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just gonna brown the ground beef. I'm not adding salt and pepper because I'm just gonna be adding this packaged taco seasoning. A lot of times I will make my own seasoning, but for just easy today, I'm not. I'm so thirsty. See, I told you guys I'm always thirsty. And I'll drink 2 or 3 of these a day. This is 30 ounces of water. So I pretty much always know that if I do consume 3 of these a day, granted I put ice in them, but about 90 ounces of water. I try anyway. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna put in my onions that I just chopped up, because I want those to cook in there and cook down in that, let all that water and stuff cook out, and then we'll season them, and then we'll turn the camera overhead and excuse me, my nose itches. Figured I'd go off camera for that. So yeah, I'm just gonna, this cutting board is heavy, but I'm just gonna put my onions, just some chopped up yellow onion in here, about half of a medium size. I could add bell pepper, but I don't want to because we had bell pepper in the meatloaf. So I decided not to add bell pepper. I am going to add some of those cherry tomatoes though to this. So we'll get those sliced up, and yeah. So let's let those onions cook down in there a bit, and I think, whoops, Always throwing onions on the floor. I think while I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get the overhead camera set up, because really the only thing that I'm doing over here is browning the ground beef, and we all know how to do it. Okay, I'm feeling like this is a pretty good angle. You can see what I'm doing here. So I've just got my onion I already sliced. Let's go ahead and slice up these cherry tomatoes. I rinsed them off, as you saw. Come back here, you guys. Just picked them just off the vine. Oh, that tomato that I picked for lunch, I made a tomato sandwich. No, that was my breakfast, never mind. Yeah, I picked that decent sized tomato, and I had a piece of another little one, and I toasted up some sourdough bread, a little bit of mayo, a little bit of mustard. Mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. And boy, was it good. I've had a lot of good tomato sandwiches this summer, you guys. I love tomato sandwiches. And surprisingly enough, they haven't been breaking my mouth out. Usually if I eat too many tomatoes, I'll get, canker sores, but I haven't been this year, so I don't know. I'm not gonna, once ripe, I'm not gonna complain about it, that's for sure. Who would want to do that, right? So yeah, so I got all my dusting done. Played around on my computer a little bit. I think I had a little issue, but I think I finally got that taken care of. So that should be a workable thing now, but has to do with my channel. I'm not going to really mention it, but I think I got the problem solved. So I hope you enjoy this little vlog again. I'm actually really having a lot of fun doing them. I felt like I was in sort of a creative rut with my, as I mentioned, doing my planning videos or my crafting videos. I'm still going to get out, probably try to get caught up on one of my crafting challenges tomorrow. I won't probably try to do all the projects I missed. I'll link the ones that I'm following, and if anybody wants to go watch those, they can. But otherwise, I'll try to just pick up where she's at now. Yeah, because if I do my floors, that's not going to take me. If I get started on it early enough, it's not going to take me all day to do those. So that's generally what I like to do. So I've still got my ground beef cooking over here, just browning away, cooking away. Cooked away a lot of the liquid already, which is good. But I'm going to let those onions cook down a little bit, and while we do that, I will get the, you know what I shouldn't have done? Shouldn't have put that in my water, because now I can put these back in here until I'm ready to cook them or throw them in. And I've gotten my sheet pan ready for my zucchini to cook on. And when I got some of this cheese the other day, this sliced, this pre-shredded cheese. At the time, I wasn't really thinking about how I was going to do my stuffed zucchini. So had I known I was going to do a Mexican style, I would have gotten, the Mexican shredded cheese, which I almost always have on hand anyway. But I just grabbed this sharp. It'll work. It will work. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this big boy cut in half, scoop out his seeds. And so I'm thinking probably the best way that it's gonna lay in the pan is if I sort of cut it that way. So let's try that. This is kind of awkward to do. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this first. Just feels like I have more control that way. This is a big zucchini. This came out of friend of mine's garden. My garden isn't that big, so even when I do have good zucchini years, which was not a good zucchini year this year for me, I don't ever let mine get this big because I usually catch them before they get like, not that I haven't gotten big ones, but just I don't usually tend to get them this big. These are huge. So let's go ahead and we'll scoop this out. I'll just grab I'll just do it right onto this plate. And then what I do is I compost all of my all of my chicken scrappings. Yeah, I don't even have chickens, so I don't know where that came from. I compost all this. So all of this will go in my composters because I make my own compost. And I have 3 tumbling composters, 2 very large ones and 1 small one. And so all of my kitchen scraps, excepting for meat. You don't put meat or bones. I don't do. I suppose in some bigger composters you might be able to, but then I think you'd run the risk of maybe getting rodents or something. I'm guessing. But anyway, yeah, mine is just garden, green waste, kitchen scraps, coffee grounds, yard clippings, banana peels, bananas, anything produce-wise that is not a meat byproduct will go into my composters. I can probably compost for another, maybe into October. It needs to be on the warmer side, so I can't remember the exact temperature. Seems like I did know at one time. So whatever doesn't get composted by the time it starts cooling down, I can't compost during the winter. But then as soon as it warms up, I start composting again. So, I can't compost all year long, but I can compost as much as I can, which makes me feel good, It's funny how you can take stuff like this, you throw it in your composters, you've got to balance out your nitrogen and your carbon, and your water and stuff like that, but it's really not a very complicated system, and it turns back into earth. It's the funniest thing. My mother-in-law just can't wrap her head around how I can put stuff in my composters, and then within a matter of weeks, it's dirt. It's organic, all organic compost that I continue to spread around my garden. I don't know what Max is barking at out there. Oh. So we got those scooped out. Let me show you the pan that I prepared. So I've already sprayed these, put my foil down and sprayed it. So what I'll do is we'll add our filling to this once we get it ready, top it with some cheese, put a little bit of olive oil on. I'm going to go ahead and toss my cherry tomatoes in now. Pop that in my sink of soapy hot water. Let this continue just to cook down a little bit, and then I'll be back and we will stuff our zucchini boats and wrap up this portion. I probably will end the vlog after that, and then I will post a picture of the finished product on Instagram, so you'll be able to go see it over there. And that's I've got 2 Instagrams. You can either look at Shary_Adams or Shary, I think it's _Black Dog Designs. So if you haven't subscribed to, I need to link my Instagram below so that anybody that wants to go hop on over there and follow. I don't post a ton on Instagram. I'm trying to get better about it, but yeah, I'm hit and miss there. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, I'm going to let this cook down a little bit and I will be back. So see you guys in a little bit, okay? Well, friends. I don't know what happened. I just realized as I was ending this video that after I mentioned about my tomatillos that my camera quit filming. I don't usually have that happen to me, so I don't know what happened. So this vlog got cut even shorter, but basically what I did was, you know, I had my zucchini, as we did earlier, scooped out, ready to go. I had coated it with olive oil, just some kosher salt and pepper. And then I had our hamburger, our ground beef, onion, and cherry tomato mix, reduced down and cooked. And I just stuffed the shells, put the cheese on, and talked to you guys a little bit. But apparently, since it didn't film it, I don't even remember what all we talked about. So anyway, I will post a picture before and after on my Instagram. That would either be Shary Adams, Shary_Adams, or Shary_Black Dog Designs. I'll give a shout out to my friend on Facebook who kindly gave me this nice big zucchini squash. So this is not a recipe that I followed. It's my own pound of ground beef, about a half of a brown onion sauteed. I didn't even add any garlic into this. Added my cherry tomatoes, a small amount of salt and pepper because I used the taco seasoning mix. And then I topped it with the cheddar cheese that I had on hand. This is gonna go into a 375-degree oven and cook for probably about an hour. I'll just have to wait and see how long it takes, you know, for the zucchini obviously to get softened up and cooked because everything else is done. So that's gonna be it for today. We may be making some tomatillo salsa tomorrow. We're gonna make some chicken tomorrow. We'll marinate our chicken, like I said, in the dressing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for the sides just yet, but there'll be a vlog tomorrow again. And I think that's about it. I don't really have anything else to say. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, as always, welcome back. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. I'm gonna go sit on my front porch. I have my glass of wine. I'm gonna go and get this video edited and uploaded for you all, and we'll do some vlogging tomorrow. So all right, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for watching.